like we do every single Sunday at 7 p.m. We come live here so we can answer your questions, your burning questions, how to make more money when hyperinflation is taking control. Out of control government spending is happening, and we want to find ways to make you a lot more money with everything that you do. So today we're coming on, we're going to be talking to you, teaching you a little bit about the situation that we are dealing with right now. Number one question that we are getting as realtors, as investors, is how do I time the market? I have to tell you that question is probably the most loaded question that you possibly can get, and probably the most dangerous question that you can get. Let's go back even 1 year, because 1 year has changed a lot since COVID has started. If we go back to last March, the world is falling apart. We still have an entire category of people who said, "Ooh, the world is going into pandemic. We're in a lot of danger. I got to wait and see what happens." So they wait and they wait and they wait. There is another category of people who were buying up properties like crazy because they were on sale at the time. So, different mindset. Now we are a year later when markets are on fire. They're going straight up, parabolic. And those same people who were going to wait and see what happens when the market was going down are the same people who are waiting to see what's going to happen when the market goes up. My point is that you will never be able to time the market. All the guys like Warren Buffett and the hedge funds that are out there, they're all trying to time the market. And one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever received is that nobody can do it. If they can, with thousands of quants, they have all these employees who are looking at the ways to try to time the market, and no one in history has ever been able to do it. So, what is the answer? Is that it's the time in real estate, not the time you buy real estate. So a lot of people will keep on delaying their decision by something that we call paralysis by analysis, because you're going to be continually looking and second guessing yourself, because eventually you will have to pull the trigger. You will have to make that jump, even though it's hard. You're going to have to make that jump because it's about the amount of time that you're in real estate. You need to be in real estate for 10, 20, 30 years. So we need to get that 30 years in as young as possible. We can't spend 5 years looking for the best deal because we may have let a lot of appreciation go by. We have personally seen clients who have lost homes over $1,000 and could not buy for many years afterwards. So this is a big problem because you've lost so much appreciation, especially if you're in an area like in Canada here where we're in Toronto. Properties are going up $2,000 a week. Mind blowing, right? $2,000 a week. So if you are not saving more than $2,000 a week, you're going backwards. And that's what we try to prevent. So this is not to tell you to be wanton and crazy and give any amount of money for the home just to make sure that you win. Everywhere in North America, Europe, we're going through these bidding wars because of hyperinflation. So it's not to pay any price. That is completely wrong. We are not saying that. It always comes down to the numbers. Always. This week alone, my wonderful wife and I have put 2 offers on 2 different properties in provinces that we don't even live in, because it doesn't really matter except for the numbers. As long as the demographics are there, the jobs are there, the building is in a good quality, and the returns are healthy, we're willing to put in offers on properties that we've never seen before. It all comes back to the numbers. So how do you make money on a property? Well, we make money a lot of different ways, okay? So there's all these revenue streams coming in real estate. Number 1, we have that cash flow coming in, the monthly rent. Number 2, we have the asset that is appreciating. And remember, we get to use other people's money, so now we're properly leveraged. Number 3, we're going to have our principal pay down. And number 4, we're having depreciation. All these wonderful benefits that the government is giving you, you got to be taking advantage of this. So don't just focus on the one thing. Most people just focus on cash flow because they read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but there's a lot of extra money coming in to this home that you have to calculate as well. So if you're in the middle of a city, you probably are going to be sitting around like a 3:10 ratio. If you're in the suburbs, it may be like a 4:6 ratio. If you're somewhere a little bit farther out, we may be looking like at a 5:5. There's different ways to calculate this money, and we can go through it and help you. We're going to be creating another YouTube video on it, going over how cap rates and cash on cash and internal rate of returns and how to calculate it. But we do all of that stuff for free. We help people get into these properties that have really high returns. If you follow all of these rules and follow those ratios, you should be making 50% on your money every single year. Wonderful benefits that the government gives to us. Make 50% every single year on your money. And so you just have to make sure that your credit is good and that you're getting good deals. That's the main goal. So the other big question that we're hearing a lot of in this market is what happens if prices go down? We did a video on YouTube on how the governments will pay off your mortgages, and it's because of inflation. If the government is insisting on printing money at unprecedented historical rates, it is impossible for prices to go down. If you go research any countries that have had hyperinflation in the past, let's just say 100 years, because it's been happening for thousands, even if you looked at Germany or Venezuela, the prices never go down, just your purchasing power. So if you can lock in your mortgage rate, inflation is your best friend, as the prices of assets will skyrocket. So inflation can be your best friend or your worst enemy, and it's going to be very bad for people who are pensioners, people who are working 9 to 5, people who are saving money. They're going to be very, very hurt. But inflation can be your best friend if you are an investor. So just think about it. Always remember it's the time in real estate, not the time you buy real estate. And focus on the numbers, because good deals are out there. They're always out there. They're just hard to find. And find your dream team. I always say that. Get a really good realtor, get a good mortgage broker. You have to be good with them so that they can lend you other people's money. That's the way to do it. That's the way to make a lot of money and how to deal with hyperinflation. And those are our biggest questions of 2021.